This is Patriots linebacker, Super Bowl 49 champ, Darius Fleming, and you're watching Von Allen Sports, real and honest NFL analysis. Subscribe now. Join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go!
Von Allen Sports. Von Allen Sports.
What is up, guys? How are y'all doing? Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. It is, we're already almost to week 13. This is crazy. Where the hell is everyone? See, I knew, I had a feeling, and I told myself, Aaron, do not post too many shorts on live show day. Don't do it. And I should have, I thought, well, I doubt it will interfere with the live show, but evidently it has. So it's not being sent out there apparently. So well, right off the bat, Cool Hand Jared sends a $2 super chat. He says Todd Bowles is the Tommy Wiseau of coaches. Yeah, that's is that too nice? You're being too friendly. You're being too polite, in my opinion. No. So tonight's show is dedicated to coaching, quarterback play in relation to the coaching, and week 13, of course, preview of week 13. We're going to talk about a little bit about Thursday night's pathetic game. And, of course, the second round of the quarterback tournament, where tonight, if you're here, apparently not too many of you want to pick your own quarterback, so you have more faith in the dice roll. And if you watched last week, you know my dice rolls ain't that good. Okay? But unless all you guys want Jimmy Garoppolo again for Sunday. Anyway, we'll be doing that tonight. But if you're here, you'll get to pick your quarterback. How cool is that? And you can pick, of course, the dice roll only picks the 12 that I think are best for you guys going into Sunday. But if you want to pick your own quarterback, you can pick one of any starters that is not on bye, of course, which is the Cardinal. Well, no one's going to pick Kyler Murray anyway, and no one's going to pick whatever corpse that the Carolina Panthers have thrown up at quarterback. And of course, Josh Allen for the second week in a row is not available. He's played 2 Thursdays in a row now. And, of course, Mac Jones is not available, but I doubt you'd want Mac Jones anyway, considering who the offensive coordinator is over there. All right. Elf of Courage sends a $5 super chat just to start it off. So just 3 wins, Pats. Just get 3 wins. I don't care how. Yeah, well, apparently they're wanting to make it as difficult as possible, Elf. As difficult as possible. This seems to be what their thing is. So I don't know. I just there is a lack of passion, a lack of urgency. Okay, when you're losing to the Bills and you know that the Bills can score big, that entire game plan should have been a lot different than it was. It's just, I completely agree with Mac when he came to the sidelines and he said, let's throw the fucking ball. The fucking quick game sucks. Fuck. Okay? Yes, he said that. That he got that last fuck in there. But he's absolutely right. You should have at least tried. So, but Aaron, the Bills defense. Yeah, well, that's nice and all. But listen, there is a game plan that is the right decision, even if you don't win or even if it doesn't work. That's still the right decision. And you've got to try. You've got to at least try. and you didn't even do that. And that's one of the big problems here. Addie Vasornos is a $2 super chat. Can I get a dog check? Well, Addie, again, congrats on your big victory over Tom Brady. That game just was something else. I'm pretty sure that you were shocked when they did not call a timeout at the end there. Todd Bowles is an idiot. The problem is that on Thursday, he came in and now changed his tune. So remember, after the game, it was his call. He didn't want to do a timeout. He explained why it was his call. It was his decision. On Tuesday, or Monday or Tuesday, he said, I can live with that. It's my decision. I can live with that. I make the call, whatever. Okay. On Thursday, he says that Tom can call his own timeouts. That's bullshit. That Tom would have done that. That he was given the code red. Okay. Todd Bowles said, no, this is what we're doing. And Tom foolishly complied. Now, I understand Tom, listening to his coaches, but this is at a point where you've got to change. You've got to make a decision. You've got to, it's just, yeah. You've got to take over when you see that they're crashing the car, okay? But on Thursday, so he said that Tom could do the timeout, but then Tom does the interview later on, and he's asked about it, and he wants nothing to do with that game. He doesn't want to talk about it at all. Doesn't want to address it. That's Tom's diplomatic way of saying it was bullshit, and I get it, and it's not my problem, or not my fault, basically. But going forward, Tom, it needs to be your thing. And now that you know that this guy is completely incompetent. If you didn't know before, you know now. He's completely incompetent. Now, if you don't take control, it's you got to put it on Tom. So he's been in the league way too long. He's got way too much power. If he wants to exert it, to not do something, okay? It's ridiculous. He has to make a move. He has to make a decision here and do something about it. So, Bitcoin Motorist sends a $2 super chat, and he says, do we know the stat before picking the game? Actually, the way I have had it is that you would we'd still roll for the stat after you pick. So it's kind of like you have to kind of pick a quarterback that you think is good for any scenario. So you got to think about, is he good for yards? Is he good for touchdowns? But is he also good with the ball? Is he efficient? Or is he just a guy who throws a lot of completions? But it just depends on how you go about it, I guess. But that was the thinking that I had in mind for that. So there's still some luck involved as far as the statistic. You don't know what it's going to be, but that's also kind of cool about the guesswork. Think about it like Dungeons and Dragons, where you kind of not for sure if you're going to fall into a trap or not, but you're going to make an educated guess on who should go first. Should the spellcasters go last, and should the knights and the clerics go first? You make those decisions. You're not really sure what's about to happen. Maybe that's where the intrigue is here for that. I just wanted to explain. Someone asked, I believe it's Colhan Jared, asked about what torque means. Okay, so torque, this it goes way back from 2019, early when Von Allen Sports was just getting started, and I posted a video. I believe it was a episode of the Brady Hate Saga, where showing that AFC. No. Actually, it was the 2018 regular season game of the Chiefs versus Patriots, and it was that year where Patrick Mahomes was his first year starting. He was throwing for a lot of touchdowns, and everyone was just kissing his ass, right? And like going nuts, like he can do no wrong. He's blah, 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 greatest we've ever seen, blah, blah, blah. And Tony Romo is just seriously like giving him like, you know what, on the broadcast. Just wow, okay? And every little thing that Patrick Mahomes does was some kind of great, amazing thing that we've never seen before. And if Tom did something, it was just, okay, no big deal. So Patrick backs up. He throws a ball, long ball down the field, very standard long ball like most quarterbacks, decent quarterbacks can do, right? Nothing special, really. He had, I'm pretty sure he had Tyreek Hill wide open. I think it was Hill. But just run of the mill, throw it down the field, whatever. And on the replay, Tony Romo goes, "Oh my God, look at that torque." Like, oh, look at that torque. Look at the torque on the ball. Look, oh my God. And just really just slobbering this guy. It was really bad. So in the Brady Hate Saga episode, I was showing how people care about the style over substance. And I showed two throws combined. I showed Tom Brady throwing it like 70 something yards. And then I showed that throw with Patrick Mahomes. Tom throws differently. Tom's form is more proper. And so it doesn't look like he's doing as much work. It almost looks effortless when Tom throws the ball, right? There's no strain. There's no tension in the muscles. It's just very smooth and fluid. And that's because Tom's form, he involves all parts of his body, which is why he can still throw the ball at age 45, because he's not taking on the wear and tear of his upper body, his shoulders, and his shoulder area, his arms, and things like that. He spreads the torque around through his body, okay? But it looks effortless, so it doesn't look as flashy. But when Patrick is all upper body, okay? And I'm not criticizing at all. I'm not criticizing Patrick. There's different ways to be a quarterback, okay? But my point is that Patrick is all upper body. When you're all upper body, there's a lot more going on as far as visually. You can see it. You can see the torque. You can see the strain, the power you're putting into it. And it's fancier. It looks more, oh, look at that. It looks so cool. I'm sure you guys all remember Boomer Esiason and Michael Vick and how they throw the ball and stuff. And it's just, that is kind of what Patrick does. That's his thing. And so I was showing it side by side. And I was saying, look, same throw, same distance. But Tom looks like he's barely trying. And so I was just trying to show that a lot of people are impressed with visuals that are kind of deceiving, okay? And it's kind of annoying sometimes. But I took off with it as a joke. It wasn't meant to be like real serious or anything. It was just kind of a joke, because it made my point that everyone was saying Patrick Mahomes is the greatest thing we've ever seen, just because of that, because of things like that. And it's ridiculous. I mean, we've seen tons of quarterbacks that do that. It's not like a new thing. It's not anything that we've not seen before. Brett Favre, John Elway, we've seen this. That's his thing, So that's where it comes from. I did make a joke video about Brady's torque. I think it was it referring to the where he dropped the pass in the Super Bowl, and I did a replay and it said, "Look at that torque." I think is that what it was? After that, I think I did that. Maybe it was that. I'm not sure. Okay, so it looks like we've people have got here. Bitcoin Motorist was first here. Let's go, man. Colhan Jared, Elf of Courage. Nefertiti. Tiffany. What's up, Tiffany? Rye Davis. How you doing, my man? The Gourd King. Luke. How you doing? Of course, Addy is here. He's all hyped about the Browns now. So, I don't know. Do you keep Jacoby Brissett or do you start Deshaun Watson? A part of me is wanting to see if Jacoby can keep can he follow up. You know, it wasn't that great of a game for the Browns. I'm sure as far as should you not give Watson, the start, but they probably didn't anticipate that the BUCS coaching was as bad as it is. But still, do you let Jacoby play again, or do you start Watson? I know they're starting Watson, but I'm kind of like throwing the question out there. What would you do, Addy? How do you feel? Lone Wolf, welcome. Is Von Allen a vampire? Well, no. Because you can see me. Wait. Vampires cannot see their own reflection. And I would assume that means video cameras too. And I'm looking at myself right now, so I don't think I'm a vampire. Unless it only happens, occasionally or something, or who knows. Oh, Gord King, I like that. He says, no, he's Von Helsing. I like that. That's good. I like that. That's nice. Ooh, that's nice. Addy Vasorno, guys, this is bad. Okay, so Addy, our resident Browns fan here, he says, I was waiting for the Browns to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, but it never came. And you know why it never came, Addy? Because as legendary as the Browns are for losing and screwing up, they couldn't overcome and find a way to lose this because Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich is that shitty that there's nothing they could. I mean, there's no overcoming that. Okay, so Todd Bowles' garbage coaching is now probably, it should go into the Hall of Fame as what not to do and how to run a franchise, or how to run a team into the ground, basically. Luke R. says Brady respects authority, like it or not. That's my impression. It is true, and like I said, that's always served him well. But now it's a different thing, and he's, for the most part, had competent coaching. Even as garbage as a coach as I think Bruce Arians is overall, he at least had some history in the league. He's worked with a lot of famous quarterbacks and stuff like that. So at least his experience level would have him at least some parts of the time being able to get guys going. I mean, we saw where Bruce Arians' idiocy was when he completely changed the offensive game plan in the second half against the Packers and damn near lost the game because of it. So that was a problem. But yeah, he seems to respect authority no matter what, and even when it's a sinking ship. So. Yeah, Israel, I agree. I like to see new people here. Wally 2012, welcome. Okay. Yeah, Addy says, honestly, Jacoby has been pretty solid. If the D held firm to their leads, then the Browns could be 6-5 or 8-3 right now. They've lost 4 games by a total of 9 points. See, that's a really good point, Addie. That's what do you do? What do you do? So, Thomas Allen, welcome. Okay. I'm glad you're here tonight. So I just want to say happy birthday to my father. Today is his birthday, Thomas Allen, who is in the chat. Dad, I want to wish you a happy birthday, and I hope you've had a good weekend so far. Again, guys, like I told you on Tuesday night, I'm a little not feeling 100% like myself. I'm getting better. You can probably hear in my voice. My voice is a little funny, but I'm trying to get there. I think I'm doing good. So forgive me if there's any kind of weird slip ups or things like that. So. Let's see here. Just give me a second, guys. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Nice. Okay. Diane Tincher. Diane, where you been? I'm glad to see you tonight. So, you got to pick your quarterback for the tournament tonight. I haven't seen you on here in a while. Did you know about this, or did you know? I'm just curious. Anthony Preston, what's up? Nightwalker is here. Let's see. Israel. Let me get that super chat real quick, and okay. Israel sends a $5 super chat, and how about them Cowboys? He says Tom Brady respects coaches, but he needs to know when to take some charge and spank them. You remember how Troy Aikman was when Barry Switzer arrived? Do that. Absolutely agree, Israel. I completely 100% agree with you. He definitely should do that. And it's getting ridiculous. It's if he wants to save the season, part of me makes me wonder that if he's just kind of done. Not that Tom would ever quit or anything, but what I mean is that he may be content with just this season kind of, if it goes badly, I think he's just looking at what he's going to do next year. And like, I'm getting out of here and I'm going to get with a great coach or something like that. Tom would never quit. He would always keep playing and stuff like that. But I'm just mean that if it's in the back of his mind somewhere that, I can understand that it's not on the surface that you're wanting to just, you don't mind it ending. It's not there on the surface, but it's there somewhere that it's not killing you if you're not winning everything right now because you have plans ahead, So he doesn't seem to be upset anymore. There doesn't seem to be much urgency in him. He still comes to the podium after all this, still in a good mood and stuff. And I don't mean that he needs to be in a bad mood, but he doesn't. He seems to have this attitude now of, I'm just ready to get the hell out of Tampa Bay, and I can't wait for what's coming next season. It's like he's kind of thinking in that direction. If we know that the coaching is bad and it's not going to change, he must know that. So, of course, this is all speculation. I have no idea. I'm just saying that, just observing him and kind of following him all these years and kind of knowing like his reactions to things and how he acts and how he talks and stuff. I just wonder if there's something that's crept into the back of his mind somewhere, and he might not even be fully thinking that way, but it can do that to you. I've had it happen to me before, where you're thinking ahead and it's not so bad, it's so. Terrence Gibbons, welcome. Christopher Alvarado Jr. I think I said that right. Right, that was pretty good. That's not bad. See, I'm getting better. I'm getting better with my accents and pronunciation. Daniel Nightwalker told me my German was excellent. He wrote to me now. True story. Okay, Nightwalker wrote to me, and he says, Aaron, the other day when you did the German accent and you were stupidly making fun of how we talk, he said, that was the greatest German accent I've ever heard. And for a moment, for a moment, I thought you were German, Aaron. I was convinced. And I was like, oh, wow, thank you. And then you know what he said? He goes, yeah, but only for a moment. So he talked me up, and then he just destroyed me. Talked me up, then destroyed me. So absolute true story. Everything I just said is absolutely true. You can 100%. Okay? I didn't make any of that up. You can ask him. Okay? He's in the chat. You can ask him. So. Thank you guys for wishing my dad a happy birthday. That's really cool of y'all. See, Nightwalker says true story. Told you. The Germans don't lie either. Deutschland. Deutschland. All right. So, before we get to the game, I just want to address a few things. I would like to talk about quarterback situation with the youth. Now, I ran some polls recently, and the poll pretty much kind of shows where I'm going with this and my thinking process. But the poll basically asked, what kind of control should quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks of today, be given? Should it be the Sean McVay, where he's haunting the dreams of every young quarterback, and even when they go to the restroom, they're hearing Sean McVay's voice in their head in the middle of the night, and then when they're in the shower and they're like, oh my gosh, Sean McVay. Oh, they can hear Sean McVay say, put the shampoo in, put the lotion on the skin, or else it'll get the hose again. And then you keep hearing Sean McVay saying stuff like that, and it's creepy, right? So should they get that kind of treatment, or should they get a short leash with like Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, where Andy's talking into Patrick's ear, Patrick's doing taking in, but then Patrick's got some leeway to a certain extent to kind of. He's given a lot of RPOs, run pass options, and things like that, and a lot of RPRs, run again. Okay, I just made that up. But anyway, total nonsense. But anyway, do you do that, or do you go with the kind of partnership like Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur has? They kind of seem to have kind of like a middle ground there where they work together on it. Or do you have absolute power like Peyton Manning, where you are the offense? And I don't know, people seem to be rocking back and forth between. Well, it depends on the poll, actually. On YouTube, I think it was some picked supreme power like Peyton Manning, supreme control, and then some picked partnership, and then a few had picked, but almost a few had picked the Andy Reid short leash, but almost nobody picked the McVay thing. So I think that's the worst way to treat a young quarterback. And if some people made some good arguments, okay, that if it depends on your quarterback, who it is. Well, in my opinion, you shouldn't draft a quarterback that you could not do any of these scenarios with. You shouldn't draft him. If you don't think that he doesn't have the mental capacity to be in control at times or when he needs to be, I wouldn't draft the guy to begin with. So that's kind of on you if you're, if the coach is saying, well, we can't do that with this guy unless you didn't draft him. But then you've always got the ability to trade him or get the guy that you think is capable of doing this. But yeah, I would never draft a guy like that if I had to live vicariously through them and constantly talk to them and be in their ear all the time, and they can't do it on their own. I am tired of this. I let quarterbacks be the quarterbacks, okay? Let them do their job, all right? Let them go out there and say, hey, do your thing, and we can all know if that quarterback is good or not, if he's got the goods or not. When you saw Mac Jones leaving the field in the game Thursday night, and he's pissed off and he said what he said, he is absolutely correct. And here's why. Just one second. So sorry. All right. So we'll just focus on the Mac situation for right now, but it goes for every quarterback. A quarterback is judged by their performance and how they are. Their whole career trajectory is changed based on a number of factors, but a lot of it is the offense they're in, the team they're on, and how they're being coached. It should be up to the quarterbacks to decide how their career is going to go. And you take a guy like Mac, for example. We don't know Mac's true potential. We can't know right now. His rookie year was with Josh McDaniels, and Josh did not want to take off the training wheels. Bill didn't not want to take the training wheels off. When they played the BUCS last year in Week 4, they decided to kick a long field goal with Nick Folk in the rain a high pressure kick instead of letting Mac either win the game for them, get the first down, get closer, or they don't make it, right? But you tell Mac, look, I had faith in you, and you instill confidence in him. What they did is they took it away from Mac, and then they basically told him, I don't trust you to be able to beat Tom Brady right now when we need the victory. So last year, you can't even say that he had Josh McDaniels, the real Josh McDaniels that Brady worked with, because they did not take the training wheels off. They didn't just let him play quarterback. His second year, he's been given one of the worst situations I've seen in a while, next to the situation in Tampa Bay. Actually, they're probably the same, I'd say. Probably very similar. But Matt Patricia and Joe Judge is running the offense. Are you kidding me? Two recently failed coaches and failed badly, is now running Mac's second year. This is a problem, okay? This could mean the difference between Mac having generational wealth for his great-great-grandkids, okay, or not. This could be the difference between Mac Jones having a long career, maybe one day, and being inducted in the Hall of Fame. You don't know. You just don't know. And I can say this for any quarterback. You don't know, but you might be taking that away from him. You might be taking away all kinds of things from him because you won't let him play football. If he goes out there and fails on his own, then it's on him. All right? Let's think of it this way. All right? Patrick Mahomes is given a contract that's worth almost $500 million. That's a B, okay? B as in, my dog stepped on a bee? B. All right? If Patrick Mahomes doesn't go to the Chiefs, if Andy Reid does not move up, okay, and take Patrick, or let's say that the Chicago Bears took Patrick instead of taking Mitch Trubisky, is Patrick got a contract right now for $500 million? No. I think we all know that. He would have been burdened. He would have been strapped down by the Chicago Bears' ineptitude, garbage organization, garbage hiring constantly, and garbage decision-making when it comes to player development, all those things. And Patrick's entire life is altered. So now Patrick has that, like I said, generational wealth that's going to be handed down for forever, okay? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And that's just this contract. That's not even counting the money he's going to make in endorsements and side stuff. And then what could he make in the post-career if he decides to do other things, which he would. And these quarterbacks, the famous quarterbacks, and their post-career, post-playing career, they get more and more lucrative deals and things like that. So Patrick's got all this to show for it, all because he went and he's with a competent offensive coach. Well, what about the ones that aren't so lucky? And this is costing them a lot. And that's the thing that we really need to look at here. And we need to know if they are the real deal or not. Are they or are they not? So I've been looking at this for a while, and I know you guys agree with me to some point, to a certain extent, like when I did episode 2 of the Brady Hate Saga, and I said how owners and general managers don't know how to draft a quarterback or don't know how to evaluate. They seem to miss certain things. Well, they are drafting these guys, and they're convinced, that these quarterbacks that they're drafting are elite, or they're going to be elite, meaning they have elite talent. You don't draft a quarterback with the first 10 picks, inside the first 10 picks, and think that he's not going to be elite, or think that he's not going to be a Super Bowl winner, or even a Hall of Famer. That's what you want. That's the whole reason why you're taking him in the top 10 picks, or why you traded up, or whatever it is, right? Or why you didn't trade away that pick for other picks and other resources, because you believe in this guy. So you have that belief, but then when you draft him, you tie his hands behind his back. What? That doesn't make any sense. And so it seems to me that they're drafting robots. They want to draft a guy who's just a robot, a puppet, just a guy with strings. So you can be the puppet master. You can call the plays. You can get the glory. Now, a lot of this has been happening for a while, so I'm not going to say that it's not anything new. But what is new, what's relatively new, is this whole media circus around coaches. It started to begin as far as like making these coordinators out to something they're not. Do you guys remember when Eric Mangini left the Patriots and then went on to the Jets and everyone started calling him Mangenius? Eric Mangenius. It's so stupid, right? Okay. Well, they started that hype train, and it was completely unwarranted. He hadn't done much as the head coach of the Jets. It was just kind of getting warmed up. But the media circus was in full swing, and that was, in the media, he became the media darling because he's the one that ratted out Bill Belichick and the Patriots, and the media, of course, loved that. And so they really started pushing this narrative that Eric was this brilliant young coach, brilliant mind, all this stuff. And then anytime there was a young coach getting hired, it was always that. And then they hired, Mike Tomlin got hired with the Steelers, and he's a genius. Look, young genius. That's what they want to say. And then that trajectory, it kept happening, and then we get to Sean McVay. Sean McVay is when it went from DEFCON 4 to DEFCON 1. All right, we're talking crazy, insane level slurpage in the media for these guys. Sean McVay is this and that, okay? Whoever took a piss next to Sean McVay was now getting head coaching jobs all over the NFL. Didn't matter. Didn't matter what their credentials was. Didn't matter if they're successful or not. They were with Sean McVay, probably shared a pack of gum together, maybe even shared the same piece of gum together. Who knows? But just because they were in proximity of him, they give him these jobs. Okay, completely and utterly absurd. All these coaches want that kind of praise. Now, they want that. They want to be known as the genius. They want to be known as the guy because they weren't the player. They weren't the great player. So they're trying to live vicariously through their quarterback. And some of these guys, several of them are former quarterbacks, and they're former failed quarterbacks. Okay? Look at the coaches for, let's say, the Vikings or the Cowboys. Okay? You've got coordinators and coaches and guys like that who are failed quarterbacks, failed players. And they're trying to relive that through being a coach. And it's destroying the league. We're seeing a lot of garbage quarterback play and a lot of bad football in general. And I'm really starting to believe that this is part of it. Okay, this is part of that problem. So they want the media attention. They see how people talk about coaches. Oh, they're a genius. They're this, they're that. And how quick. It doesn't take long. I mean, they're already calling the McDaniel guy in Miami a brilliant young genius. Really? Not even been a full season yet, and we don't even know if the Dolphins are for real. Let's see how they do against San Francisco first, okay? Let's see how they do. Let's find out. And that's what I'm talking about. And these quarterbacks now, they're having their entire lives and their entire trajectory of their job changed. And the sad thing is that a lot of these coordinators, if they would let go, and more times than not, I think they'd find that their quarterback actually is more competent than they realize. If they just let them work through it, okay? Doesn't mean it's going to happen immediately. Let them work through it, and you'll find that you'll probably keep your job too, okay? And that might lead to even better things for you yourself. But no, they want the credit. They want all of the credit no matter what. They want to be in control. This is a bad, bad problem right now. And look, let's take Peyton Manning's rookie year, 1998, okay? He had to work through that. He set the record for interceptions. All right. Only rookie I'm pretty sure to ever throw that many interceptions in a season. In today's NFL, okay, are you listening? In today's NFL, Peyton Manning gets benched. Okay, he gets the Zach Wilson treatment. And I'm not saying that Zach Wilson didn't deserve to be benched. That's not my point. My point is, he's sent. He's done. He's finished. Okay? And who knows what happens after that? Who knows? We just don't know. Peyton was able to they were patient. They let him work through it. Okay? Let him work through it. You've got to let them do their job. You've got to you got to see what they can do. Let them earn it, especially when you're a rookie quarterback. Especially when you're a rookie quarterback, you really need to be able to, you need to let them fail. Just let them go out there and fail. If you don't think that they don't have the mental capacity and the emotional capacity to handle failing, then you never should have drafted this guy. All right? You never should have drafted him. But the Patriots drafted Mac. They drafted Mac Jones in the first round. Okay, Bill, you got your first round quarterback. You got him. So what's your excuse now? You had Cam Newton in 2019. And we're like, 2020. You had Cam Newton in 2020. And we're all like, okay, we weren't sure about Cam. Is he still the Cam? Could he get it back? Could he get back what he was? Because he had gone through some injuries. And the last time we had seen him play a full season, he actually had a really good season. So there was potential there for possibly Cam to be pretty good. But you went out, you got a former MVP to replace Brady, hoping that would be the bridge until you could draft a quarterback. You had Jarrett Stidham, who backed up Tom Brady in 2019. He was there in 2020. You never developed him either. 2021, you finally get to draft a quarterback in the first round. You draft Mac Jones. That's your guy, handpicked by you. He's the one you wanted. And you won't even let him play. You won't let him go out there and just see what he can do, see what he has. This is a very, very, very big problem. And they may be screwing Mac Jones up for the rest of his career. We just don't know. There's no way of knowing. But I tell you this much. What if Mac was with an Andy Reid? What if he was with a guy like that? Now, I know not everybody can be with someone like that, but I'm just saying, now what do we see? Are we seeing Mac with good numbers? Are we seeing him with some wins and things like that? Everything's different. Let's let them fail. Let's let them succeed. Okay? Let's find out what they've got. I'm sick and tired of these coaches. That's it. Well, bringing back Zappy's not going to do much good. It's not going to be any different. Are they going to let Zappy play too? Are they just going to do what they've been doing with Mac? So this is on Bill. This is on him. At what point is anybody going to hold him accountable for anything? I mean, really, how long is this going to go? I'm curious. Like I said, I don't question him when it comes to defense, but where are all of our good players? Where do our good players come from? They come from somewhere else. They were coached by other people. Okay? That didn't happen before. Usually the great players were groomed. They were brought through the system when Tom Brady was there. But something weird is up with New England, okay? I don't know. There's no evolution. I don't see any changes. I don't see any updating. That's one thing I'll give it to Andy Reid. He evolves with the game. Bill doesn't seem to be doing that. He seems to be more worried about surrounding himself with people he knows and people who are yes men than actually going out and getting some really good coaches that really know what they're doing. And before, also another thing, there used to be coaches in the line of succession. So before, there would be a guy who would just naturally take the spot of the guy that left. Okay? You know, Matt Patricia leaves as defensive coordinator. You slide in Brian Flores and Gerard Mayo, for example. You're able to just take that succession plan and go through there because they've been working underneath that. With the offense, there was no successor. Josh McDaniels leaves and you have no successor. Nobody, not one guy that is ready to take the next step. It's just really weird. So you go out and you bring back failed coaches. It's just weird. It seems like he's really concerned with his sons' development and seeing what they're going to do, and just surrounding himself with familiar faces. And honestly, at this point, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. There is a difference between the head coach and general manager, Nightwalker, absolutely. But they're one and the same when you want to do both. So if you want to do both, you're going to have to take the blame for it. You're going to have to deal with that. If there was a good general manager, let's say that Jason Light, the general manager for the Buccaneers, let's say that he was the general manager for the Patriots. How different would the team be? How different would the Patriots team be? And how much better would everything be? And it's like, then Bill wouldn't have to worry, but Bill would of course be involved with picking the defensive players that he likes or guys that he thinks, but with the offense, he just seems to not really know what the hell's going on. So
I just want to.
okay, it looks like I missed a super chat here while I was going on my little mini rant there. Oh, Nightwalker sends a 20 euro super chat. Wow, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it, man. Or should I say, Zvonzish. Nightwalker sends a 20 euro super chat. Buy your dad a beer next time you see him. It's on me. Boom. Thank you so much, Daniel. I really appreciate that. Yeah, everybody's got an ego. It's just about how you keep it in check. And actually, a lot of times, someone's ego sabotages them. They could be better if they would actually take the hands off the wheel a little bit and let things happen. You might end up benefiting better for it. So. I'm just catching up with you guys in the chat there. Yeah, Diane, that's what I thought for a long time, and Diane, for those of you just listening and can't read the chat, Diane says, I'm guessing a lot of coaches are too worried about getting fired to let the quarterback take too many chances. And that's the thing. They're getting fired anyway. That's not changing. So I agree. They probably are thinking that, but if that's what they're thinking, their logic is flawed. So, and it shouldn't. And in fact, it shouldn't be. When I say that the quarterback should be given more control during the game, while the game is happening, while they're on the field, it may not be the coordinator who makes that decision. Maybe it is the general manager or the owner or the head coach who steps in, somebody, and thinks, let's try this, just suggest it, see what happens, maybe see where you can go with it, It certainly can't get any worse than what we're seeing now. And I'm telling you this much. If I'm drafting a quarterback in the first round, I'm going to at least find out what he can do. I have to know what he can do. I can't because you need to know if it's the coordinator or not. You have to know this. And it's just difficult to tell if you don't let your quarterback go out there in real game situations and actually get it done. So. Dang. James Johnson sends a $20 super chat. Thank you, James. You and Nightwalker. Boom. Thank you, guys. He says, make it 2 rounds for Aaron and his dad. Happy birthday, Thomas Allen. We used to not judge a quarterback too harshly until year 3, but now in today's NFL, we do. And that's true. Yeah, we used to give them time to develop. It's also why I backed off a little bit from getting too worked up over these quarterbacks now, because I'm seeing the change. I'm seeing the trend. And before it was, the trend was a little bit, and I would complain about guys like McVay and how he did with Goff and all that stuff. But now it's everywhere. It's all over the place. And now these coordinators are even doing it with seasoned veteran players and guys who have been around a long time. They're doing it with them too. And it's getting out of hand. So I'm starting to pull back on my my harsh judgment for these young quarterbacks until I see more. I need to know that it's them. I need to know that it's them and not their stupid, idiotic coordinators who go by the analytics. Well, you know what? You can't spell analytics without the word anal. Okay? So that tells you everything you need to know. Nightly Sinister sends a $5 super chat. Actually, I'm so sorry. I didn't read the rest of James's super chat. He says, Chiefs look unstoppable right now. Definitely getting hot at the right time. And I absolutely agree. I don't think there's anything stopping that train at this moment. I would need to see them really slip up and really take a step backwards and somebody really expose them right now. And I don't see that happening. I think they are a runaway train. They are, and again, in today's NFL, good coaching is everything, and it gives you a decisive advantage. It gives you a major advantage. When you've got a great coach, you got a great coach, and you've got a great quarterback, you're going to be hard to stop. You're going to be hard to beat, and you're going to have to really play your best game against a team like that. The Bengals were able to do it last year, and the Chiefs just didn't have their best day. But this year, I like the Chiefs even better. In fact, this is my favorite Chiefs team. This is my favorite grouping and the accomplishment that the Chiefs have made this year. This is my favorite one in the Patrick Mahomes era. The reason it is because, well, honestly, it's a little bit of my ego there. Before the season started, I said that this was either going to be a greatest thing. Losing Tyreek Hill was going to be one of the greatest things that happened to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, or it's going to be one of the worst. And the way it could be the greatest thing is if they learn to spread the ball around. Patrick really starts reading defenses because, we knew that Patrick was having trouble reading defenses. He even admitted that he couldn't read defenses when he came into the league. But I said, if he adjusts his game to that kind of thinking and just hits the open guy all the time, they're going to be better than they ever were before. And I think that's happening right now. So I agree, James, that they are the team to beat right now in the AFC, and I don't think it's particularly close at all. I don't trust Buffalo. I like Buffalo, and I like Josh Allen. I like their head coach, but I just Sean McDermott. But I don't trust them in big moments. I don't. I can't. So I would like to say that Baltimore is a good team, but they just don't seem to know how to close a game. It's ridiculous. They cannot finish, and it honestly, Baltimore should be really good. They should have a great record right now, and they just can't finish the damn games when they're supposed to. It's really weird. So, and then there's some guys that I'm not sold on. Miami Dolphins, yeah, they're pretty good right now. Respect. Big respect to Tua. He's getting the job done, making some good plays. The guy has got a lot of air yards, by the way, so he's not benefiting as much from yards after the catch like some other quarterbacks. But, yeah, respect to him. But I'm just not sold on Miami yet as a complete team. I really want to see them against the 49ers tomorrow. That is the game that I think this is the measuring stick for Miami to see where they're at. So, see, are there any other AFC teams that I think are worth something? Of course, let me think. The Titans, okay. The Titans, again, I'm just not sure what you're going to get each week. It's kind of a question mark with them. I had a lot of faith in them a few years ago. Really thought that they were going to be the one to take out the red machine of the Chiefs, and they completely choked. They threw up on the field and then ended up choking on their own vomit. So I know that was probably more graphic than was necessary. But I was just thinking about vomit for some reason. I don't know why. So, I know why. Because I just saw an interview with Todd Bowles. That makes sense. So, thank you so much, James, for that super chat. I appreciate it. Nightly Sinister, since a $5 super chat, he says, "Happy birthday, Pops." Yep, Kevin, I've known him since kindergarten. He spent half of his childhood at my house, so my dad is like a second father of his. So, thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate that, buddy. The Gourd King sends a $5 super chat. He says, will Deshaun Watson's first game back have a happy ending, or will he be exposed? Or am I repeating myself? Yeah, Gourd King, I think that's redundant. I think Deshaun Watson will have a happy ending and will expose himself. I think he'll have a happy ending while exposing himself. I think that's pretty in keeping with Deshaun Watson, right? So that's, yeah, I think there you go. But in all seriousness, I think he's going to look a bit rusty at times. That's I know that's kind of the easy thing to say. He's not played competitive football in a while, but I still think there are going to be some glimpses of some good stuff. You're going to see some good things as well. And I think it'll be a pretty average game, which is not bad for your first game back. Elf of Courage is a $5 super chat. He says, that's why they're called dynasties. They end up dying nasty deaths. I like that. That's good. That's clever. I'm not. Yeah, that's really cool there, Elf. Let's see here. Alpha Curry says, and ESPN has the worst analyst in sports. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Jalen, no. Sean McVay, yes, he did handcuff his quarterback. He did handcuff Jared Goff, but he didn't get a Super Bowl out of it. First of all, he had one of the greatest defensive coordinators of all time in that, and a lot of people can argue that they never should have even sniffed the Super Bowl that year and couldn't get anything done. Sean didn't trust himself because he got rid of Jared Goff. He sent him away after ruining him and then brought in a veteran quarterback who he could give more leeway to and then be called the genius after the fact. So actually, Sean McVay's experience with Jared Goff proves my point and is Exhibit A because I think Jared Goff could have been a good quarterback. I really do. I think he could have been a great quarterback if he had the right coaching and if McVay or somebody else would have just given him the time to be his own guy and find out what happens there. So the Rams are, but the Rams are a very curious team considering how they just won a Super Bowl, but now they don't know how to play football anymore, and they're complete garbage. That's weird. That's a major drop off really quickly. Very, very strange. Whoa. Alpha Courage since a $19.99 super chat, $20 super chat. This is my $20 bribe to Von Allen for Mahomes in the tournament. Roman, you hear that? Yeah. I'm getting bribed now. I like that. Very good. Luke, Tampa's coaching staff is not anti-analytics. They're anti-anything that works. So you got to have a balance. It doesn't mean that analytics are bad. Analytics are, let me put it this way. Coaching a football team is a mosaic, okay? It is a series of things that work together as a unit, as a machine, okay? Where one thing shouldn't be the dominating factor. You should look at analytics, of course, but then you incorporate that into the kind of players you have. Then you incorporate that into the team that you're playing against. All these things work together, and there's hundreds of things that go into account of it. The BUCS basically are doing every single thing wrong that you could possibly do. So analytics does have its place, of course, but what I'm talking about, what I was referring to earlier, is when you base all of your decisions on nothing but that. So you're like, oh, okay, well, the analytics say if I go for on fourth down, we're going to make it. Well, those are generalized statistics for all teams, and it doesn't show you the situations, it doesn't show you the circumstance of, what was happening at the time, what defense was out there, who was on the defense, what quarterback was out there, who your offense is. Could you run the ball? Are you running the ball well? is your guys healthy who are out there starting? I mean, there's a million factors involved, and these guys are just blindly going by the analytics. And see, too much of anything is not going to work when it comes to things like that. So, but when it comes to the BUCS, they don't do anything right. So. Cool Hand Jared sends a $5 super chat, says, do you think we will see quarterbacks go rogue and start calling their own plays if this horrible play calling continues? I certainly hope so. I tell you what, I've decided that I'm going to start advocating for this. And, maybe we can get other people to start advocating for this and reach out to people who have a bigger voice, people who work for sports writers and things like that, see if they can kind of get that going and get that out there, because I really think it's hurting the game right now. I want to see the players decide the games. I don't want to see the coaches decide the games, and I don't want to see refs decide the games. I want to see the players, and I want the best guys out there making their decisions and failing or succeeding. You let Tom Brady go out there and he's just calling the whole thing and they lose. I'm okay. Okay, the other team was just better. That's it. But I am sick of every time that the BUCS go out there, or any team for that matter, but specifically the BUCS, they go out there and you know for a fact that the calls and the decisions, like not to call a timeout, was a leading factor to why they lost. And this is complete idiocy. Hey, like Bill Belichick said, these are his words. Players win games, coaches lose them. That's his words. Not that he believes that, but those are his words. So. Yeah, they're anti anything that works, definitely. But yeah, Cool Hand Jared, I do think we'll start to see quarterbacks voice the more, especially from the ones that are succeeding or have had success in the past. If they start to get frustrated, they may, there's more and more that there'll be a tipping point. I don't know how soon that's going to be. But I know for me, it's already past that. James Johnson sends a $2 super chat. 49ers versus Chiefs Super Bowl 54 rematch. What do you think? I think that the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl again. As far as their opponent, the 49ers seem like a team that is built for that again. It looks like that could very well happen. The only thing stopping the 49ers at this point are injuries, of course, but that goes for anybody. But the 49ers seem to have a problem with injuries, and it makes you kind of wonder about their training staff and their medical staff there. But let's say that they stay healthy and they keep everybody together and everything's going right as far as that goes. And Kyle Shanahan does not get in his own way, and he just does what he's supposed to do as a coach. Yeah, that sounds legit, but I also like Dallas for this. So people I don't get it. I don't know why people are so hard on Mike. But he won a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. His teams made the playoffs quite a bit. Again, I know he had Aaron Rodgers, but he's got experience, and just don't count out a guy who's been around a long time and has done that. And the way Dallas is playing and that roster of theirs is incredible. So as long as they're not just doing stupid stuff, they're very dangerous. And in fact, Dallas can be just as dangerous as San Francisco if they want to be. If they just focus and do what they're supposed to do. And they certainly have I would say probably slightly better quarterback in Dak than Jimmy Garoppolo. So it depends on, what you like, I guess. But yeah, I think that's a very realistic chance of another Super Bowl 54. So Chiefs versus 49ers. But I think the game will be a lot different this time. I think that game would probably be just better quality, I think, overall. I think Patrick would play better, but I also think Jimmy would play better. And I see that game going a lot differently. If you remember, that was Patrick's first Super Bowl. And to be honest, Mahomes has not played particularly well in Super Bowls. In fact, of any quarterback who's ever won Super Bowl MVP, he's the worst one. He is the absolute worst quarterback to ever win Super Bowl MVP. So I know that's like weird. Well, he was MVP. Yeah, I'm not saying that he doesn't. That's not an achievement. But the point stands that even when he won MVP, it wasn't that good. It wasn't that impressive. He threw I believe, two picks in that game. And then we all know the next year he was in the Super Bowl against the BUCS, and they just got completely annihilated. And he was absolutely atrocious in that game. So running around, he didn't know what to do. He panicked. He didn't know where to go with the football. That was the reading defenses part. That was when things break down, you don't know what to do. I think Patrick's fixed a lot of that. I really do. So you're going to see a different version of him. He's been there twice. I just don't see him going there a third time and still being overtaken by nerves and overtaken by the situation. I don't know. I don't see that happening. Nightly Sinister sends a $2 super chat. He says, on a bad note, stupid apps parade and it's raining. Stupid APS parade. What is that? And it's raining. What's wrong with rain, dude? You live in Phoenix. Rain is a good thing. Elva Courage is a $5 super chat. The reason the Rams made that Super Bowl was because of a non-call pass interference. So, yeah, regarding that's, of course, going back to what I was talking about earlier and what Jalen had mentioned about Sean McVay. The non-call. Okay, so if that was called for pass interference, I think most of us probably think that the Saints probably get into the end zone. Okay, we can't know for sure. They may have had to have settled for a field goal anyway. We just don't know. But that was a big deal there. And then they get to overtime. Drew throws up a ball. He gets hit, so the ball kind of floats in the air. And Michael Thomas is whining to the refs while the ball is in the air. If he had not done that, if he had just saw that the pass was Drew got hit, so the ball was just floating up. If Michael was aware of this, instead of whining, he could have gone up and knocked it off or hit the defender and disrupted that. Okay? No matter what he did, at the very, very worst, maybe he gets called for pass interference, offensive pass interference, if he has to go after the guy. That's fine. You just don't want an interception. And when the ball is up in the air like that, you know it's going to get picked. So you've got to do something to stop that. And he didn't do that. So there's a lot of weird things like that that's happened. But the Rams are interesting. They're a very interesting case. And looking back on the whole McVay time so far has been very, very intriguing. So the Gourd King says $2 super chat. He says, buy a water for the designated driver. There you go, Gourd King. There you go. Way to be, man. Way to be. Jalen, you're annoying me tonight. He says Rams are not the only team in history to drop off after winning the Super Bowl. Yes, that's true. Thank you for stating the obvious. You could do that all day long about anything, and we could just keep doing that. This is getting boring, actually. No, they're not. And I never said they weren't. But it's very weird when it happens. It happens sometimes. But for the most part, when you win a Super Bowl, you pretty much do, you're a pretty damn good team. Okay? Maybe you're not, going to win or get back to the Super Bowl, but you're not going to be this bad. You're not going to look like a team that has no idea what they're doing, that has never played football before. The Rams are out there looking like just complete garbage. And again, it's happened a few times. I think Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2000, they won Super Bowl in 2002. I think in 2003, they weren't very good. It happens sometimes. But the difference is a lot of those teams, when they have a falling off, it's usually because there was a change of some sort. Like a Super Bowl team is usually picked clean by a lot of their players. They have to make up for that, and that's usually why there is some small drop-off, not a major one, okay? The Baltimore Ravens, they won the Super Bowl in 2000, but they got rid of their quarterback, so they brought in a different guy. That changed things, and there were other factors too. But the Rams didn't really have that, okay? The Rams are essentially, for the most part, the same team. No, they don't have Odell Beckham Jr. Okay, but they didn't have him last year until when, right? So he's overrated, okay, massively overrated. He's not that big of a factor. People are sitting there writing in the media or writing down his team visits as if this is Peyton Manning looking for a team back in 2012. I mean, this is ridiculous. He's not that important. And Von Miller, of course, who is a playoff guy, big game playoff guy right now at this point in his career. And they didn't get Von until later on in the season, and they were still playing good football, decent football before. So that's really the biggest changeover they've got. For the most part, they've got all their guys and all their weapons there, and nothing. It's just a completely different team. So yeah, that's it makes them interesting, I think. Okay. Just one moment, guys. Thank you, guys. James Johnson sends a $2 super chat. He says, more money for water. Stupid inflation. And Roman just gave me a water. See? Look at that. So, there you go. So, Roman, I think that's $2 to you, my friend. Or $2 more, actually. That's $4 for the waters. So, James Johnson sends a $2 super chat and says, let the players play. Von Allen Sports, let's go. Hell yeah. Israel, I would love to see Kansas City versus Buffalo AFC game. That would be badass. I hope, that's probably what we're going to get, so as long as Buffalo just doesn't do anything stupid beforehand. Israel, since the $2 super chase, his thoughts on OBJ being in Dallas could help a bit. That's the thing about Odell Beckham. It's you just don't know. It just depends on where he's at. I mean, in Cleveland, okay, he was just kind of there, right? All right. And the Rams, they kind of used him at times. He had some moments of being. I just don't think he's this game changer. I don't think he's the guy that everyone's acting like. I mean, they're shopping him around like he's Randy Moss. It's ludicrous. Is he pretty good? Yeah, he can help. He could add a good dimension to Dallas, especially since they got rid of Amari Cooper. I still don't know, but yeah, it definitely. I mean, it doesn't hurt to bring in a veteran wide receiver like that. So yeah, sure. Of course, bring him in. See what he's got. So, but the way everyone's treating him and acting like he's going to be the savior and this is not the case. So, okay. So, you know what it's time for? It's time to pick y'all's quarterbacks. And then after that, we'll make the picks for week 13. And then that will be it for tonight. So, all right. You guys ready? Everyone paying attention? Because here's the deal. When your name comes up, okay? When it's your turn, you've only got limited time. You got to be very quick on this and tell me who your quarterback is. If I don't hear from you within about 30, 60 seconds, something like that. So that means that you need to know already who your quarterback is. You need to type that in there, and I need to see it from you. If I don't see it, I'm going to roll the dice, and the dice is going to pick your quarterback for you, just like last week. Okay? All right. Oh, I'm missing one. Grab this real quick. All right. So when I get to your matchup, so for example, week 13, the first matchup we have is James Johnson Gamma versus Addy Visorno's Alpha. We need to determine who gets to pick their quarterback first. Now that we know that James and Addy are both here, okay? So we need to determine who gets the first pick. Gray, the silver, here, silver gray, is the top name. Gold is the bottom name. Okay? Whoever rolls higher gets to pick their quarterback first. Got it? All right. So remember, silver represents the guy on top. Gold represents the guy on the bottom. So, to get started, James Johnson versus Addy Visorno. Let's do this. Eight to 7, silver wins. So James Johnson, you are on the clock. It's just like the NFL draft. Yes, I have been, Coolhan Jared. Coolhan Jared since Jill Super Chat. Have you been to the LA Coliseum and the Rose Bowl? I absolutely have. Rose Bowl was a concert. I've been to LA Coliseum because I watched the Rams versus Saints when Drew Brees was still playing there. Dice roll torque. Yeah, I know, right? I can give it more torque than that, actually. So, just a second. I got an idea here. This is gonna be cool. Watch this. So now we have a clock, baby. Look at that. Is the pick in? Let's see. James Johnson goes with Patrick Mahomes. Look at that. Boom. Good pick. So I probably would have gone with that too. All right, Addy, you are on the clock. Addy's got 30 seconds. Addy. Man, you know what? If Addy picks Deshaun Watson, that's big balls there, buddy. Big balls. Sure. Quarterbacks are Mahomes, Hurts. Let me go smaller here. See if you can see them all. There you go. So these 12, this is the dice roll if you don't pick. Okay? So I can still do that. The first pick in the Von Allen quarterback tournament, James Johnson selects Patrick Mahomes. Okay, it looks like Addy's gone. Addy, I'm going to roll for you, my friend. Number 8. Addy goes with Herbert. Very nice. Okay. Now, let's see what their statistic will be. 2 touchdowns. Oh, both of these guys are capable of throwing for a lot of touchdowns, so this is going to be interesting. All right. Next, we have Nightwalker Gamma versus Mr. Automotive Beta. All right. Nightwalker, you are on the clock, my friend. Bitcoin, yeah, if I know there's a slight delay. It's okay. I mean, if someone posts their pick, I give them a little bit of time. So TB12. Nightwalker goes Tom Brady. He is going with the GOAT. He believes. He absolutely believes. Even with how everything's going, he believes in his guy, Nightwalker. That is, I have a lot of respect for you, man. That is awesome. Okay. Mr. Automotive. You're on the clock, my friend. I'm not liking the I'm not liking the matchup with the Saints, man, and the way things are going. I don't trust it. So but I like the pick though. I like you believing in your guy, believing and thinking it's gonna get fixed. So okay, I don't think Mr. A is here, so we're gonna roll for him. Number 2. Oh, it's a let's see, Jalen Hurts. Statistic will be touchdowns again. Look at this. Man, I am just on top of this 2 there. So, okay. 2 in a row. Nice. Okay, next up we have Andy Butts. Andy, are you in the chat? If so, I'm going to roll the dice and I hope you're around. Michael Brown, I know Mike is not here, so just going to roll anyway. Mike would get to pick first, but I don't think Mike's here. Andy, if you're here, you've got 30 seconds to let me know that you're here. So if not, I'm going to roll for you. Like, we don't have to wait on some of these. Some of these, I know for a fact they're not in the chat, so we don't have to wait around. Okay. Okay, Dave Wilhauer, you want Brady for your quarterback? Okay, no problem, man. So, Andy, I'm going to roll for you first. Number 4, Andy gets Lamar Jackson. Michael Brown gets Derek Carr. Derek Carr had a good game last week, and in fact, Derek Carr won a lot of people their game, so that's going to be interesting. Let's see here. Number 3, turnovers. So who's going to have the least turnovers, Jackson or Carr? That should be interesting right there. Okay, Red Coat. Don't think Red Coat's here, him being in England. I doubt he is around right now. So that will default to Nightly Sinister. Kevin, you have 30 seconds, and I know you're here, so you have 30 seconds to pick your quarterback. Tiffany, of course you can. The only thing you can't pick you can't have the same quarterback as your opponent. That's all. So. Okay. Well, Nightly Sinister was here and he's gone. It seems like he's gone. So, okay. So, Red Coat. Number 10. Tom Brady. Nightly Sinister gets Jalen Hurts. Okay, that's interesting. Number 1, yards. Who's going to throw more yards? Brady against the Saints or Jalen Hurts? Who are the Eagles playing again? Okay, so Eagles are playing the Titans. Okay, that actually could change things there. So we've got Angel Eliab versus the Gourd King. Who's going to pick first? The Gourd King picks first. Gourd King, you are on the clock. On the clock. Let's go. Let's go. The Gourd King picks Justin Herbert. Nice. Excellent quarterback. He's got a great future ahead of him as long as the Chargers get him better coaching or just lets him do his thing. I wish he was our quarterback. All right. I don't think Angel's here, so we're going to roll for him. Number 10. Can I help you? Oh, do you want to pick for him? Angel Iliev is actually Milena's nephew. So who are you going with, Milena? Do you want to go with Tom Brady? Because you don't know what the stat's going to be. So
What stat are we talking?
you won't know. You won't know. So
It's probably better roll the dice then.
roll the dice. Okay. Number 8, Justin Herbert. Got to roll again. Number 7, Geno Smith. Okay. Stats are number 4, completions. Who will have more completions, Geno Smith or Justin Herbert? All right. Next, Bitcoin Motorist versus James. James wins, but I do not think he's here, so that's going to fall to Bitcoin Motorist. James, if you are here, then go ahead and post in, and then I can hook you up, but I don't think you're here. So, Bitcoin, you have 30 seconds. Tell me who your quarterback is. Let's go. Let's go. On Allen Sports. Balls Allen Sports. Let's go. The pick is in. Bitcoin Motorist. Patrick Mahomes. Boom. Okay, James, your quarterback is 12. That is Aaron Rodgers. Ugh. Sorry about that. Just with the way they've been playing. But he's playing the Bears, and you know Aaron Rodgers does own the Chicago Bears. So that might not be too bad. Your stat is completions, number 4. Boom. Should be an interesting matchup. I like that. Elf of Courage Alpha versus Dia Burst. Elf of Courage, you have the first pick. Who are you going with, my friend? You have 30 seconds. Another Mahomes pick. Look at that. A lot of faith in Mahomes. You know, I'm going to tell you guys, if Mahomes has one of the worst games of his life, yeah, a lot of people are going to be disappointed. Dia Burst, your quarterback will be Ryan Tannehill. Your statistic will be number 2, touchdowns. Jalen versus Zishan Hassan. Zishan, you won, but I don't think you're here in the chat. So Jalen, you are on the clock. And I know you were here because you were annoying the shit out of me earlier. I'm just messing with you. You know we love you here, Jalen. But I need to know who your quarterback is, my friend. The GOAT, Jalen, going with Tom Brady. I like it. I like it. Sean, your quarterback will be Justin Herbert. Your statistic. Oh, fumble. Out of bounds. Touchdowns. Brady versus Herbert. I hope Tom has a big day on Monday night. So Tyree Vaughn, Delta versus Julius Byers, Beta. Julius Byers, I haven't seen him in a long time. I doubt he's here. So Tyree, you're on the clock. I don't even need to roll for that. Tyree Vaughn. Make your pick, buddy. Let me know who you got. Some of you guys have very other entries, so you got a lot of picking to do. Just mix it up, though. Don't pick the same quarterback every time if you got multiple entries. I mean, actually, you know what? You can do what you want, but you go ahead and do what you want to do. But if you pick the same quarterback over and over again, and that guy has a bad day, you're in trouble. So. Oh, Jalen, the BUCS. So Monday night is your birthday, man. If they can get a win for you, that'd be awesome. The lack of faith I have in the BUCS right now. I don't know what they're doing. So just don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay? So Tyree, okay, Tyree's clock has ran out, so I'm gonna roll for both of you guys. Okay, so Tyree Vaughn, you get Justin Herbert. Julius Byers gets, let's see, Jimmy G. Boom. Okay, and your stat. Lamar, let's see. Your stat will be completions, number 4. That's weird. Tyree was just here earlier. I wonder why he's not picking. Okay. Okay, we've got Cool Hand Jared versus Israel P. I'm pretty sure both of you guys are here. So let's see who goes first. 11. Cool Hand Jared, you are on the clock. Beep, 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 beep. Let's go, go, go. Oh, Tiffany says that Tyree said to roll for him. Okay, cool. Cool Hand Jared is going with Joe Shiesty. Okay, so he wants Burrow. Okay, Israel, who you got? This is Israel's alpha pick, by the way. Israel, you have 30 seconds on the clock. Oh, Israel wanted Burrow. Uh-oh. Well, you lost the big dice roll, my friend. Israel's going with Dak Prescott. Going with his guy. I like this. I like you guys going with your own guys. This is cool. All right. 4. Boom. Completions. This should be interesting. Should be interesting. All right. Mr. A versus Anthony Preston. Mr. A is not here. Anthony Preston is. So, Anthony, you have 30 seconds to pick your quarterback. Is someone going to have the balls to pick Mike White? Has someone got the balls to pick the Jets quarterback? Oh, Anthony Preston. Damn. He did it. Anthony Preston goes with the Jets quarterback. Are you excited, Roman? Yes. Okay. Roman is a big Jets fan, by the way, guys. Huge Jets fan. He's such a hardcore Jets fan. So, Mr. Automotive, I'm going to roll for you, my friend. Number 8, Herbert. Your statistic will be completions. I like that. That was good, Anthony. Thank you for throwing this in an interesting direction there. That was awesome. All right, Luke versus the Red Coat. Red Coat's not here right now, so Luke, you have 30 seconds to pick a quarterback. And this is Luke's beta entry. Okay, so yeah, we're moving along good here. Luke goes with Joe Burrow. Okay. Red Coat is number 9, Jimmy Garoppolo. They kind of look alike. That's fitting. All right, Red Coat. Garoppolo going up against the Dolphins. Let's see what he's got. Number 1, yards. You guys are going to be working with yards. Okay. Next up, James Johnson's beta versus Dennis Dinnerling, the German. The German. Dennis, I don't think Dennis is here. So go ahead, James. If you've got a pick ready, you got 30 seconds. No, you can pick the same quarterback over and over again if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, though, because if that one quarterback you pick has an atrocious game, you're in trouble. James Johnson goes with Joe Burrow. Nice. All right. And who's the German going to get? Number 8, Justin Herbert. Look at that. I keep rolling Herbert. Wow. All right. Turnovers. Okay. Should be interesting. Next up, we have another German. Now, I know Dave Wilhauer's pick, but that would depend on if Nightwalker wins the dice roll and he ends up picking the same one. So it looks like Dave. Let's see here. I just want to go back and make sure. Okay, so he did pick Brady. All right. Okay, Nightwalker. You have 30 seconds to pick a quarterback. He already picked Brady once, but Brady is now gone. So. Justin Herbert. Okay. Interesting. Completions. You guys are going to be looking for completions. Brady throws the ball a lot. So, Red Coat versus Thomas Allen. Red Coat is not here, but I believe my dad is. So, Father, you've got 30 seconds to tell me who you want as your quarterback. And this is your alpha entry. You also have a beta entry on the other side, I believe. So, Thomas Allen going with the GOAT, Tom Brady. The Red Coat is going with Lamar Jackson. Okay. Your statistic will be number 2, touchdowns. Boom. Remember, touchdowns is any way you can get them. Okay? So rushing touchdown counts. Receiving touchdowns even count if the quarterback ends up, you're doing some trick play out there and then they catch it. Any form of a touchdown will count. So, all right, Mr. Automotive Gamma versus Diane Tincher. Now, Diane, I saw you here earlier. Hope you're still here. You have 30 seconds to pick your quarterback because Mr. A is not here. So, and just to remind you, Diane, you can pick any starting quarterback this weekend, except for Cardinals and Panthers are on bye, and Josh Allen and Mac Jones already played on Thursday night. So other than those four, you can pick who you want. Diane goes with Justin Herbert. Okay. And Mr. A for Jackson again. Okay. And you're looking for completions. Oh, tough break, Mr. Automotive. I think Diane's going to get you on this one. That was a good roll for Diane. Bad roll for Mr. A there, because Lamar is not going to throw for as many attempts as Herbert is going to. So tough break there, buddy. All right. James Johnson, Delta versus Israel. Both of you are here, so we're going to have to roll the dice. And James Johnson, you get the first pick. Yards include rushing and receiving, correct? Absolutely, they do. Yep. Yards, any way you can get them. If that quarterback is credited for yards, I don't care how he gets them. So, James Johnson going with the GOAT. Look at that. Israel, you're on the clock, buddy. Yeah, Jalen, you could go with the same quarterback, and it could work in your favor if he has a great game. But if you've got multiple entries, the idea is that at least one of them stays alive, and the risk is to losing them all at the same time is too great. Versus if you pick multiple different quarterbacks, you're bound to probably win one of them. So. Goat farmed? Yeah, that's a number we didn't include this time. So maybe we should next time. How many goats farmed? So Israel goes with Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Well, let's see what this what the stat will be here. So. Number 1, yards. Luke R says, fun fact, Rodgers has yet to have a 300-yard game this season. Oh. Well, that's not a very fun fact for Israel now, is it? Israel writes, oh, crap. Sorry, man. All right. Lord Varsh, Beta versus James. I don't think either of you guys are here, so I'm going to roll for both of you. Okay, Lord Varsh gets an 8. That's Justin Herbert. James rolls a 7. That's Geno Smith. Tough break there. I don't think he's going to have a big game this time. Well, it depends on what the dice is, so. Number 4, completions. Ouch. James, that's I don't know. I think Herbert will end up having more completions on this time. So, okay. Biden blah 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 versus Brad Gold. I know Brad is not here right now, so but I'm pretty sure I know who he will want. If Biden doesn't take him, Biden, you are on the clock. You have 30 seconds. If you're awake. Because don't you sleep like 20 hours out of 24 hours? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wrong Biden. Okay. Biden goes with Geno Smith. Brad Gold goes with Patrick Mahomes. Okay, let's see what we got here. No. Oh, a 3. Turnovers. Dang. Okay. Well, that should be interesting. Red Coat versus Elliott. I didn't know Red Coat's not here. Elliott, I did not see Elliott in the chat. So I'm going to go ahead and roll for him. Let's see. Red Coat gets Lamar Jackson again. Weird. All right. Number 9 goes to Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay. So this is interesting. So in one matchup, Red Coat has Jimmy Garoppolo, and in the next he has to go against Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, what this could mean, depending on the statistic, is that this could guarantee Red Coat a victory of some sort, a loss and a victory at the same time, but a victory nonetheless. 3 turnovers. All right, we'll find out. These games are going to be good this weekend, man. These matchups are interesting. They're very strange, these quarterback matchups. But isn't it so much cooler when you pick them? So, Diaburst versus Bitcoin Motorist. Diaburst is not here, so Bitcoin, you are on the clock, my friend, with your alpha entry. And absolutely, it is called hedging. That's right. Bitcoin going in with Tua. Boom. Diaburst. 11. Tannehill. Y'all's statistic will be number 1. Yards. There you go. Nightwalker, your Delta entry is going up against Luke R. Both of you guys are here, so I'm going to roll the dice, see who goes first. Yeah, I know, Gord King. That was a nice pick. Tua going up against the 49ers. Bitcoin, he's all in, baby. Now, let's see. Oh, wait. Luke. Nightwalker, Silver. Nightwalker, you go first. You got 30 seconds. Now, Bitcoin, who was your other quarterback you picked? Or who was your opponent? Was it your opponent? Well, no one's got to it yet, actually. Okay, Nightwalker picks Mahomes. Okay, Luke. Luke, you are on the clock. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. MVP is Patrick Mahomes right now. It's easily Patrick Mahomes. Luke, going Going with 2. I like it. You guys are on tonight. You guys are on tonight. I like this. Number 3. Turnovers. There's going to be a turnover battle between you guys, between Mahomes and Tua. All right. John Thomas Chavez versus Donnie. Take a pick. Have you guys seen Donnie? I don't think I saw him in here. John, go ahead. John, go ahead and pick. Because I don't think Donnie's here. John's going with Mahomes. So I'll roll for Donnie here. Number 12, Aaron Rodgers. This is why you got to be here. Okay. Dang. Sorry, Donnie. All right. Yards. Yards is your stat, guys. Ozymandias, I didn't see him today. Tiffany was here, though. So, Tiffany, you're on the clock. Tiffany's going to go Matt Ryan. I can feel it. She's going to go Matt Ryan. Come on. She's going to go with her boy from Atlanta. Jalen Hurts. Tiffany busting in. Nobody's giving Hurts any love today, man. But Tiffany is. Not good for you. There we go. Get a quarterback in there. That's no one's going with yet. And Ozymandias, your quarterback will be Jimmy Garoppolo. Your stat will be yards. Remember, yards is any way you can get them. So Hurts, whether he runs or passes. I know Jalen Hurts rushing yards got some guys a game last week. So Tiffany, you should be in good hands there. All right. Almost to the finish line here. Gord King versus Salami Pizza. I did not see Salami Pizza here. So Gord King, go ahead and make your pick. You have 30 seconds. Gord King picks Joe Burrow as his quarterback. Nice. Very nice. All right. Salami Pizza, let's go. Let's see what you got. I'm going to put a lot of torque in this one. Boom! 5. Joe Burrow, and it does you no good. No good. Flag on the play. I need a whistle. All right. 4. Big money, big money, big money. Lamar Jackson. Statistic will be number 2. Touchdowns, touchdowns, touchdowns. That should be a good one. It's a good matchup right there. Okay. Tyree Vaughn, your gamma entry versus Donnie's beta entry. Tyree, are you here? He was here earlier. If not, I'm going to roll for you. Baby, it's you. Baby, it's you. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Zwei. Eins. Okay. I'm rolling for him. Both of you rolled 8. Are you kidding me? All right. Donnie gets a 9. He gets Jimmy G. And number 1 is for Tyree, gets Mahomes. Boom. 4 completions. There you go, guys. Addy Basorno, his beta entry versus Sherry Allen. I don't believe my sister is here. Did not see her in the chat. So, Addy, you've got 30 seconds to make your pick. Let's go. Let's go. What happened to Addy? He picked earlier, didn't he? Addy, did you leave? Did you leave? All right, Addy. I'm rolling for you, buddy. I'm rolling for Sherry, too. Okay. Addy gets Tannehill. Can someone stop that ringing, please? Thank you. Let's see. Sherry gets Mahomes. Shouldn't leave the chat early, like Elf of Courage said. Number 4, completions. Michael Brown versus Julius Byer. Neither of them are here. So, Michael Brown, you get Derek Carr. Julius Byer gets Aaron Rodgers. Ouch. Okay. Again, I don't know if Rodgers, what kind of day he's going to have in Chicago. Like Gory King said, they're not giving up a lot of yards, passing yards, but it won't matter. It's touchdowns. So whoever's got the most touchdowns there will win. Now, remember, Derek Carr had 3 last week. So we'll see what he's capable of this week. Nightly Sinister, Beta. You were in the chat earlier. You sent my dad a super chat. And now this is your second pick and you're gone? And so is Tyree. I don't get this. What are you guys doing? Come on. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't blame me if I don't roll good for you. I mean, it's not like there's an Xbox on the line here. Okay? Boom! You guys. Nightly Sinister gets Patrick Mahomes. Tyree gets Justin Herbert. That's a good matchup there anyway. So maybe you lucked out on that one. Number 3, turnovers. Good luck to you guys. Thomas Allen, my dad's second entry. Thomas Allen Beta versus Mastermind 2553. I did not see Mastermind in the chat. So Thomas Allen, you are on the clock, my father. Happy birthday again, father. But you are now on the clock. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. It's intense, huh? The suspense. Thomas Allen going with Mahomes. Damn. He's thinking it's going to be a touchdown stat. That's what he's thinking. That's what he wants. Mastermind. You've got a 7. You've got Geno Smith. Let's find out what happens here. What's it going to be? 1 yards. Oh. This is going to favor Mahomes here, so that's a good pick. Thomas Allen. Okay, James Johnson's Epsilon entry versus Rafael Hagoy, our resident San Francisco 49ers fan. I did not see Rafael here tonight. He usually is, but he's not here tonight. And that means that James Johnson is on the clock. James, I need your quarterback. James, if I gave you $1, would you give me a quarterback? Wonk, wonk, wonk. All right. Lamar Jackson it is. Rafael Hagoy. Tom Brady. Boom. Look at that. Oh, what did I do? That's not cool. Okay. See what kind of torque I can get on the score here. 3. Who has the least amount of turnovers? James Johnson. That's I don't know what that is or what I just said. But the last matchup of the night. The Redcoat Gamma versus my brother, Jason Allen. So my other brother, Steven, got eliminated last week, but Jason's still in it. Jason, if you are here, you've got 30 seconds. Sometimes you're here and sometimes you're not, and you don't make yourself known, and sometimes you do. So let's find out if you're here. You got 30 seconds. Actually, I got 20 seconds. 19, 18, 17, 16, 14, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm rolling for you. Boom! Jalen Hurts. Pretty good roll for you. Red coat goes with Tom Brady, the GOAT. Nice. Okay. Statistic will be number 1, yards. Take them how you can get them. All right, that's it. So we're just going to scroll back up briefly so you guys can see. Okay, there we go. Good luck to all you guys on the game there. So all we have left now is tomorrow's picks, and we're good. So let me pull up here the NFL schedule. Okay, so first up, we have Steelers at Falcons. Steelers need to win this game strictly because the the Bucks suck so bad that you don't want the Falcons catching up on them. This is what it's come down to, guys. It's this pathetic at this point. Yeah. Just a second. So yeah, the need the Steelers to win this one, and actually, I'm going to pick the Steelers to win this one, just because I think they're going to win. So, got Pittsburgh for the win. Broncos at Ravens. Until the Broncos show me anything at all. Now, I refuse to believe that Russell Wilson is this terrible. Okay, it just cannot be. It cannot be. And there's no way that he just forgot how to play football all of a sudden. I'm going to have to say that this is the coaching staff for right now, and I can't write Russell off yet. I still like Baltimore for this one, so Baltimore is going to win there. So Green Bay at Chicago Bears. The Packers are not going to lose again. They're going to take the Bears. Aaron owns their asses. So we're going to go with Packers there. $5 super chat from James Johnson. He said, I went Mahomes because, well, Mahomes, Burrow to counter because they play each other, Brady because he's the GOAT, and Lamar because the Broncos suck. I like that. That's a good reasoning there. Well played. So you're basically setting yourself up a guarantee to get to the next stage there. So Jaguars versus Lions. Detroit. I think Detroit is starting to get in a rhythm here, and even though they dropped some games, I still like what I see from them, and they play hard. I don't see any kind of laziness on their part, and Dan Campbell seems to have those guys really trying. So Dan Lane said, I wanted to pick Herbert if I make it in time, and you rolled him for me. Well, there you go. See, it worked out perfect. You're welcome, Dennis. So go Lion. Go with Lions on that pick. Cleveland Browns at Houston Texans. God, the Texans, they suck. They're just awful. Awful. Okay. So I'm going with Cleveland. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy to go. Jets at Vikings. I love this. This is going to be a good game. Are you guys ready for this? I think the Jets are going to win this. Okay? The 7-4 Jets are going to defeat the 9-2 Vikings. The Vikings, this is one of those games that they're going to give up. This is one of those games where they're going to find a way to lose. Okay? The DC Lizard People at the New York Giants. Lizard People, they're playing good football. I like it. I never was sold on the Giants. Their hot start, I said, blah, who cares? Okay. I'm going DC Lizard People on this one. Tennessee Titans at Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going Titans all the way. Boom. Book it. Paint a picture. I don't care what you do. There you go. It's done. Seattle Seahawks at the LA Rams. This is too easy. Seattle Seahawks. Apparently, the Rams don't know how to play football anymore. Seattle easily. Dolphins versus 49ers. Is this going to be a fun game or what, guys? I cannot wait for this one. This is going to be awesome. Great matchup. I'm going San Francisco here. So I need to see the Dolphins win a game like this before I can trust them in a game like this. So let's see. This is their true test, but I think San Francisco is going to pull that out. Chiefs at Bengals. AFC Championship rematch, baby. This weekend of football is so awesome. It's going to be, man, you just cannot miss a game this weekend. I'm telling you, a lot of good stuff. Chiefs at Bengals. Cincinnati will not be able to pull it out here in the regular season game. They pulled it out last year. I get it. But I just think the Chiefs are playing too good right now to lose this. So it should be a good game, though. I don't think it's going to be a blowout or anything like that. And I like Cincinnati. I think they're playing good football too. I like Joe Burrow. I just don't. The Chiefs are not showing any kind of real bad tendencies right now. They're playing well. Chargers at Raiders. Raiders are unpredictable at the moment. Chargers, if they just had a better head coach, they would be an incredible team right now. We'd be talking about them so much, so highly. But I still like the Chargers for this one. So, Colts at Cowboys. This is pretty much a gimme for Dallas if they take it seriously and they don't think that it's just gonna they're just gonna roll over the Colts. The Colts are obviously in transition and that crap. So I like Dallas for this. I think that's pretty easy. Saints at Buccaneers. I'm going New Orleans. So I don't trust the Buccaneers to get anything done. If Tom Brady throws 3 touchdowns, the Bucs will find a way to give up 4, So if Tom doesn't score any points, the defense will find a way to play good defense, but then they won't do anything at the end they won't change the plays. So what I'm getting at here is that it's either the offense will play well and the defense sucks, or the defense plays well and the offense sucks. But for the most part, it's been offense sucks and defense does well. Although they do give up some really big plays sometimes, and it's just head scratching. Like, what the hell is that? Kind of like in overtime against Cleveland when he fell down. Yeah, sure. Okay. So that was just pure laziness on his part. And there's falling down and then there's falling down, right? There's 2 different types of falling down there, or slipping, I should say. All right. So, yes, I'm going with the Saints because I have zero faith in the Buccaneers. I hope they win. I hope Tom can get a victory here, but I don't like it. The Saints, I know they're not the Sean Payton Saints, but that Week 2 victory was a long time ago. Was it Week 2 or was it Week 3? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It was a long time ago. It was early in the season. So I don't like this matchup at all on Monday Night Football. Todd Bowles is an idiot. Byron Leftwich is an idiot. Their entire staff sucks. I mean, their staff. It seems like it's just Bruce Arians just left the entire staff to a bunch of friends and people he knows, and didn't actually go out and look and interview people and see who was the best people for the job. He just kind of just threw some shit together, and maybe it was sabotage. Maybe it was on purpose. Maybe he thought this is his way of getting back at Brady, saying, "Ha ha ha! You need me, so this is going to be suck." But the thing is that the last laugh is going to be Tom Brady's, because what's going to happen is Tom is going to leave. He's done in Tampa, so all you did was chase him away. Todd Bowles is going to be remembered as the guy who let Tom Brady get away when you had a freaking Pro Bowl caliber roster. Okay, so Todd Bowles, there's your legacy, buddy. You suck. All right, you absolutely suck. There's the picks, guys. It's going to be a good game of football tomorrow, and then Monday night. Hopefully, it's not a complete travesty. But thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys back here on Tuesday night for the reaction show. Okay, so. Good luck in your games with your quarterbacks and everything. And follow me on Twitter, guys. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Truth Social. I'm constantly posting. I also tweet and Truth all day long during game day. Always commenting to plays as they happen, as I see them. So if you want to follow that, I'd like to see you there and get your replies and your thoughts on the game as well. Okay? Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. Von Allen Sports. Let's go, baby.
Hi, this is tennis player Mariana Dragic, and you're watching Von Allen Sports, real and honest sports analysis. Subscribe now and join the empire. Von Allen Sports, let's go!